Hello all you lovely Virgos, it's Julia here with a reading for you. This is going to be your January New Year reading. I had wanted to get this out to you earlier in January, but unfortunately it just hasn't happened that way. But anyway, we're here today, so Happy New Year. I hope you're all well. I hope everybody's happy and as healthy as possible. And I'm pleased to be here for you today to have a look and see what messages we can get for you. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, I'd be really appreciative if you would. My channel is slowly growing. It's been just over 6 months now, I think, since I started my channel. And as I said, it's slowly growing and I really appreciate each and every one of you. So if you haven't done so already, I'd be really grateful if you would subscribe. And if you enjoy the reading, give me a thumbs up, please. So today, what we're going to have a look at is a Moonology card, just to give us some bigger picture energy for you. And then we're going to draw some oracle cards. At the moment, I think we're coming to an end of a new moon week. I'm recording this for you on Sunday in the UK, and that is, I think, the 9th of January. So I think it is the 9th of January today. So yeah, we're at the end of a new moon week, which is obviously a good time for setting intentions, for focusing on what you might like to achieve over the coming month. It's also a time to look at what you have and to be grateful for things, actually. So yeah, I think we've also been in Venus retrograde, and we are coming up to Mercury retrograde, the dreaded Mercury retrograde, which is coming next week, I think next Friday. So we're sort of in the build up to Mercury retrograde at the moment. And as you know, Virgo, we are ruled by Mercury, so it can often be a challenging time for us, one sort of fraught with communication problems, things going wrong, all kinds of things really. So I think with Venus and Mercury retrograde, that could prove troublesome for some of us, couldn't it, in our relationships. So that's just something to bear in mind at this time, really. So as I said, I'm going to draw a Moonology card here. This is a beautiful new deck. I realise these have been around a long time, but this is a beautiful new deck that was bought for me for Christmas by a lovely friend. And yeah, this is its first outing, really. I've been using the cards to look at my own life, and I've also actually, I shall show you, been using the Moonology Diary for 2022. This is by Yasmin Boland, the same as the cards, and I can't tell you how much I'm getting out of this. There's all kinds of little exercises in that book, lots of space to write down your thoughts and feelings, your intentions, your progress. It's a fantastic diary and has really helped me to get to grips with these cards, actually. So anyway, Virgo, lovely Virgo, without further ado, Spirit, could we have a message or some advice for Virgo, please? What does Virgo need to know at this time? Thank you. We have, supermoon. Emotions are running high. Okay. Emotions are running high. So what does this mean for you, Virgo? Has there been a lot going on recently? Has some of this Venus and Mercury retrograde been causing problems for you? Obviously, emotions running high doesn't have to be a negative thing. Your emotions could be running high because you're doing something that you're really enjoying. You could have started a new relationship, a new job, have a hobby or something that you really enjoy. You could just be feeling good about life. Wouldn't that be wonderful, hey? But it also could mean that there may have been some issues for you, perhaps in communications or relationships, and you might have been feeling overwhelmed. Yeah. I'm going to have a little look in the Moonology book because, as I said, these cards are quite new to me, and this is an intuitive reading. You know, this is based purely on my intuition, most of it, but I think these little guidebooks for oracle cards, you'd be really hard pushed to come up with a lot of the messages that are in these books, and I think that they're helpful for people. So yeah, what we've got here is the card suggests that the answer to whatever you're asking is written large like the silvery full moon. If you're wondering how successful it's going to be, such as a job or a relationship, the answer is very. To use common parlance, I think that says, the answer to your question may well be that it is under your nose. This card is about being larger than life, being special and bursting with energy that you can tune into and work with. You can expect plenty of good things and a positive outcome when this card comes up. But you may find that there's a lot of emotion to deal with too. There's also a sense that opportunities around whatever you're asking about don't come along every day, so take action. Success is close, and I must trust is attuned to the moon. And additional meanings for this card are a resolution to your question is closer than you may think. Don't doubt the obvious. Something exciting lies ahead. Make sure you don't blow events out of all proportion. Speak to the goddess. Ask her for advice. So a supermoon, or a new or full moon that takes place when the moon is at its closest point to the earth, is an event known as perigee. I think that says perigee. If it's a full moon, the moon appears around 14% bigger at this time. So the moon is known as the queen of emotions. And if you draw the supermoon card, regardless of when you do this, you can expect your feelings to be more highly charged. Okay. So this is a very positive card, isn't it? But as I said, I think this is a card that is cautioning you to not let your emotions get too bigger than life, to not blow events out of proportion, to not allow yourself to become unstable emotionally. We'll see how the reading goes. It says here, speak to the goddess and ask her for advice. So we'll see how this reading goes and what messages come up. And I may well find my goddess cards and draw one of those, but we'll see how it goes. Just like this here, look, I don't know that you could see this on camera. I found this while I was online shopping the other day. That's certainly me a lot of the time, the hermit here. But this is us, Virgo, the hermit. I'm going to use my cat themed cards again today. I'm really loving my cat cards at the moment. So I'm going to use my mystical cats and my black cats tarot for this reading today. So, Spirit, Universe, if we could have some messages for Virgo, please. What does Virgo need to know at this time? What would be helpful for Virgo to know at this time? If we could have some clarity to any questions that Virgo might have at this time. Thank you. So, what do we have? We have the Ace of Pentacles, lovely earth energy, Virgo, Capricorn or Taurus. New starts, new beginnings, new potential. We have the Ten of Wands. Wow, I love this card. That's such a unique take, I think, on the Ten of Wands, isn't it? Normally we see a man carrying a big heavy burden, but here the cats have been working on something that has kind of blown up in their face, really, hasn't it? The pressure has built, I think, is what's going on there. This is fire energy, this is Sagittarius. So beginnings and endings we've got there so far, haven't we? But also beginnings again, because tens are ones. So, and another 10, Virgo, the 10 of Swords this time, which, oh, the picture in this card is so sad. This is Gemini energy. This old cat here's been in a battle, I think, hasn't he? He's been beaten up and he's crept off to lick his wounds. Could be the end of this cat, or could be the beginning of a new life for him. But whatever, that particular life has ended for that cat. So as I said, a beginning, an ending, and an ending. Or potentially new beginnings here all round. Wow. We have the Earth Queen, beautiful Queen of Pentacles, again Virgo, Taurus or Capricorn. Lovely energy to be sat in. Beautiful divine feminine. Sat there quite happy in her garden, surrounded by all her lovely things. We have the Nine of Pentacles, which is Virgo. This is you. In an even more beautiful garden, I have to say, surrounded securely, tucked away, tucked up at home, feeling safe and happy and content. But you've worked hard for that, Virgo, I know. That kind of feeling about home is not something that just happens. It's something that has to be worked out, I know. Ah, and lastly, we have the Three of Swords here. So this is Libra energy. This is air energy. This is normally portrayed as heartbreak, pain, loss, heartache, all those things. And in this card here with the cats, they've been naughty, haven't they? They've been really naughty. They've gone along and broken all the pots, and I'm sure will cause a great deal of upset to whoever those things belong to. It's like there's a glee and a pleasure here at the upset and the pain that has been caused. So looking at your cards already, it's like they're, well, I think I can only say really that there's some sadness here, isn't there? There's some loss, there's a feeling of defeat, of really needing time actually alone, really needing time at home, feeling quite defensive about your home, it's like something blew up in your face, and I don't think life can be the same again for you, whatever this was. These are obviously general readings, Virgo. They won't resonate for all of you, but I hope that these messages resonate on some level. Yeah. It's like you're feeling overwhelmed. The Ten of Wands here, for me, resonates with emotions of running high. It's almost like you might have burnt too brightly at some point. It's like your emotions have got the better of you, or that people and things around you have overwhelmed you. I think that you're feeling very, very protective, actually, of your home and of your independence and of your heart, actually, here. We don't have any cups cards here, but I can feel like this lack of trust of other people, of life outside of your comfortable and secure home. What have we got at the bottom of the deck here? This is often what's hidden about a situation, or the things that you might not realise or may not be apparent to you at the moment. And we've got the Five of Sky, which is the Five of Swords. This is Aquarius energy. This is feeling under attack, isn't it? Again, feeling defensive, feeling vulnerable. The cat in this picture is naked, isn't it? It's kind of hairless and cowering and feeling picked upon and bullied. Like this cat has nowhere to go. Like the cat's not part of anything. Quite sad, actually. The Swords energy in these mystical cats are really, they're really quite sad, actually, I think, some of them. Yeah. Yeah. But within this sadness, I don't know what has caused this sadness for you. I don't know what has caused... Do you know, I've had my sage stick over a candle for ages and it's only just got going. There we go. Let's take that off now. There we go. Yeah, I don't know what has caused this sadness, Virgo. I have the feeling that something just overwhelmed you, really. Something was just too much. It's like something almost brought you to your knees, really. And since then, you've been taking your time to recover yourself, to recover your independence, your strength, your stamina, and your love of life, actually, your love of life, your love of your home, love of peace and quiet, being able to enjoy your own company, being able to enjoy your own space. And I think you're feeling very, very defensive of anybody or anything that might come along carelessly to spoil that for you. Let's see what the black cats have got to say. The black cats are a little bit darker in their energy to the mystical cats. I think they perhaps show a little bit more of the shadow side of life. I think they're very good to use to clarify, actually. So Spirit, why are these cards here? Do we have any other messages for Virgo here? Do we have any other messages for Virgo, please? What does Virgo need to know at this time? Why is the Ace of Pentacles here? And we have the King of Cups. It's very interesting, this card. This cat sat here writing, isn't he, the King of Cups? That's very interesting. So there's been some growth, I think, recently, hasn't there? I think this new start for you has involved quite a lot of self-awareness and a lot of growth. I think you've done a lot of reflection upon your situation. I think you've done a lot of reflection upon life. You may even have been keeping a journal, like the King here. You may have been writing your thoughts down. I think you've been trying somewhat to detach yourself from your emotions, I think, actually. Yeah. Why is the Ten of Wands here? Oh, we have the Queen of Cups. I think that is the Queen of Cups. So yeah, that's definitely emotions running high, isn't it? The Queen of Cups and the Ten of Wands. Yeah. I think there's been some instability within your emotional state recently, Virgo. I think it's been brought about by some kind of loss, some kind of pain in your life. But I think it's caused you to feel overwhelmed by your emotions, actually, to not feel comfortable within them, to not feel secure within your emotional state. I think your emotions have felt like a scary place to be, actually. Why is the Ten of Sky here? We have the Hanged Man. Yeah, so this this new start, this painful ending that there has been recently has been certainly necessary for you. I think there's been a lot of growth. I think you felt that you had to sacrifice something in order to get this space for yourself, in order to get to a position where you could spend some time working upon yourself. I think for many of you, you've perhaps left a relationship, or perhaps somebody's left you, I don't know. But I think it's possible there's been a relationship breakdown here that has caused an enormous amount of upset and distress. I think it's caused you to feel quite unstable at times. I think at times you may well have thought that you were not going to recover from this. And I think that you very definitely need this time of introspection and to look inward. There doesn't always have to be movement in life. Sometimes it's absolutely fine to stay still with things. Yeah. Why is the Queen of Pentacles here? We've got the Magician. So yeah, I think the Queen of Pentacles is you, Virgo, isn't it? It's beautiful earth energy. And I think that this divine feminine, this strong, powerful, grounded energy is something that you're quite capable of manifesting for yourself. I think that you're beginning perhaps to entertain the belief that you are capable of manifesting the things in life that you want for yourself. I think that perhaps you are starting to believe in yourself. Why is the Nine of Pentacles here? We have the Nine of Wands. This is Sagittarius energy, this is fire energy. I haven't looked at this card properly before, but can you see, look, I think the cats have lured a mouse up onto the stump there with some cheese or something, and all the cats are hiding out in the bushes watching. Is that what you feel like, Virgo? Do you feel like somebody or something's trying to lure you out from your comfy space, from your home? It's like if you were brought out into the open again, that you'd be vulnerable somehow. I do very much feel that in this reading here, that there's a real fear of being seen, a real fear of vulnerability here. Why is the Three of Swords here? And we've got the Eight of Wands. This is Sagittarius again. We've got a lot of Sagittarius here in your reading. There's a lot of fire. So there's lots going on here, isn't there? This is like a race. There's swift movement here. This is like a race. Passing the baton on to the next person. It's like go, go, go. Yes. I would say that you don't need to race about anything here. I think that you, where you are currently is where you need to be. I think that there's healing to be done here. It's like you need to grow your fur back. With people, you'd say it's like you need to grow a new layer of skin. You need to be a bit more resilient, and I think that's what's going on here. Is you need to become more resilient to the ups and downs of life. Yeah. What's at the bottom of the deck? We've got another 8. So I think we've had 2 9s. We've had 2 10s, 2 8s, and 2 9s. So we've got the 9 of Earth there and the 9 of Wands. We've got 10, 10, and the 8 of Wands, and the 8 of Cups. So what's hidden here with the 8 of Cups, which is Pisces energy, this is watery energy, this is leaving behind safety, isn't it? And I think this is why you're feeling so vulnerable, is that whatever this change has brought about for you in life, it's something that you kind of struck out on your own. I think you might still be feeling a little bit alone. But I see that it's been necessary. It's been a necessary move for you. I think there is, as I said, there is a process of healing going on here. I think there's been a lot of time spent looking inward. A lot of time trying to learn about yourself, trying to manage your emotional state. I think your emotional state has felt a little bit like fireworks at times, a little bit unpredictable and out of your control. And I see you being quite guarded and quite defensive about those things. But there's definitely that growth is here. Do you know what I mean? That growth is here. There is movement here. It doesn't need to be speedy or swift, but that growth and that movement is here. And if this is where you are at the moment, Virgo, then this is exactly where you need to be, isn't it? This is exactly where you need to be. This is home for Virgo. I wouldn't mind being there. That looks gorgeous, doesn't it? If there was a home to have, it would be there. And why would you want to get pulled out of that place, out into the open, where you feel vulnerable, where you might be being watched and looked at and potentially being manipulated or feeling at risk again? Because there is that energy here, is that you have at times, I think in the past, felt quite manipulated, that things were out of your control, that you had no choice but to leave. Yeah. There's a feeling here that life was not your own, actually. That you weren't able to be yourself and that your life wasn't your own. I think that it was very definitely necessary, this move for you. As I said, I don't know what it is that you've had to move away from, or that has moved away from you. But it's been for your good. It's been for your higher good, Virgo. It's been positive. You're finding yourself. You're finding your independence again. You're learning to be comfortable in your own skin again. So yeah, emotions are running high. Let's have some guidance from the goddess, actually. Let's see if I can find my goddess oracle cards here. Let me have a look. Sorry about that. I have all my tarot cards behind me in a lovely box, all my tarot and oracle cards, and I've got some beautiful goddess oracle cards here. The Moonology book said ask the goddess, so we're going to ask the goddess, Virgo. What does Virgo need to know, please? What message does Virgo need to hear at this time? Please, Spirit. Please, goddesses. What does Virgo need to know at this time? If we could have a positive message for Virgo, please. Just to round this reading off for you. We have Eggshell. Gorgeous. Medicine woman. You are a channel for divine healing power. Let's have a look at the book. Eggshell. You are a channel for divine healing power. So, I'm going to read this to you. Commanding power is not the same as demanding it. Demanding comes from a childlike place akin to a tantrum, based upon the fear that it might be withheld. Commanding is based upon the sure and steady knowledge that you are part of the Great Spirit's grace and wisdom. You're a lightning rod that can conduct the power. Simply connect to the power through unyielding clarity of your thought processes. Don't waver for a moment in your sure and steady decision to be a conduit of the power that already resides within you. Connect to the even bigger source and allow it to amplify your own natural power. In this way, you're a steady connector of the infinite, from the infinite and to the infinite. In other words, it's all spirit around you, through you, and to whoever you are healing. So messages of this card are: you are a healer, you are being healed, this situation and or a loved one is being healed. Honour your healing knowledge and abilities, learn about healing, or start or continue your healing practice. So, I don't know whether that resonates for any of you. Maybe this new start has involved you learning a new skill, learning a kind of healing modality, whether that be Reiki or massage, therapy, anything really. There's all kinds of healing, isn't there? Or perhaps this just relates to you, Virgo. This is your own healing journey. And this is encouraging you to tap into your own inner wisdom about what you need. To listen to your body, to listen to your spirit, to get focused about your intention. There's a lot of that going on here, isn't there? We've got the Magician as well. Yeah. So there we go. There we go, Virgo. I hope you enjoyed this reading. I hope that it was helpful. I hope that it resonated for some of you. It certainly did for me, actually, to a degree. So, yeah. So until next time, look after yourself, and thank you for being here. If you haven't done so already, please do subscribe and give me a thumbs up. That would be wonderful. And I'll see you again soon. Thank you, Virgo.